If you are a brave heart person, then you should see the story. The house stood alone on the hill, dark, frightening. Its windows were like empty eyes staring out into the night, and its walls seemed to whisper secrets of the past. The wind howled around it, making the trees sway like ghostly figures. No one dared to go near. The locals spoke of strange noises and eerie lights that flickered in the windows. It was a place of mystery and fear, avoided by all who valued their peace of mind. One night, two friends, Billy and Sally, dared each other to go inside. They'd heard the stories but were determined to prove their bravery. Armed with only a flashlight, they approached the house with a mix of excitement and dread. They crept up the creaky porch steps. Each step seemed to echo in the still night, amplifying their fear. The wood groaned under their weight, as if warning them to turn back. The wind howled like a wolf, sending shivers down their spines. It was as if the house itself was alive, breathing and watching their every move. Their hearts pounded in their chests. They could hear each other's rapid breathing, a stark contrast to the eerie silence that surrounded them. They pushed open the heavy oak door. It creaked loudly, as if it hadn't been opened in years. The sound seemed to echo through the empty halls, a ghostly reminder of the house's long-forgotten past. A musty smell filled their noses. It was the scent of decay and neglect, a testament to the years the house had stood abandoned. Cobwebs hung from every corner. They glistened in the dim light, like delicate lace spun by unseen hands. Spiders scurried away as the children moved deeper into the house. The only light came from the moon shining through the broken windows. It cast eerie shadows on the walls, making the house seem even more alive. The children knew they were not alone, but they pressed on, driven by curiosity and a need to uncover the secrets of the old dark house. Billy and Sally tiptoed inside. Each step echoed in the silence. They heard a noise, a soft whisper coming from the end of the hall. They followed the sound. Their breath came in short, scared gasps. The whispering grew louder. What was it saying? They reached the end of the hall. The whispers led to a door. It was slightly open. A sliver of light peeked out from under the crack. Billy pushed the door open. The hinges groaned in protest, echoing through the silent hallway. He hesitated for a moment, his heart pounding in his chest before stepping inside. An old, dusty library lay before them. The air was thick with the scent of aged paper and neglect. Cobwebs hung like ghostly curtains from the ceiling. Books lined the shelves from floor to ceiling. Each one seemed to whisper secrets of the past, their spines cracked and worn from years of use. A fire crackled in the fireplace. Its flames danced and cast eerie shadows on the walls, creating an atmosphere of both warmth and unease. And in a rocking chair they saw nothing. The chair creaked softly as if it had just been vacated. The rocking chair was empty, yet it swayed gently, as though an invisible presence lingered. But it was still moving, back and forth, back and forth. The rhythmic motion was hypnotic, almost lulling them into a trance, as if someone had just been sitting there. The thought sent shivers down their spines. Billy and Sally looked at each other, confused, scared. Their eyes wide with fear, they clung to each other for comfort. Where did the whispers come from? The faint, ghostly murmurs seemed to float through the air, coming from all directions. Who was rocking in the chair? The question hung heavily in the air, unanswered and unsettling. Suddenly they heard a crash. It came from downstairs in the basement. The sound echoed through the house, sending chills down their spines. It was as if the darkness itself had come alive, whispering secrets and beckoning them to uncover the mystery. Billy and Sally knew they should leave. Their instincts screamed at them to run, to get as far away from that ominous noise as possible. But curiosity gnawed at them, stronger than their fear. They exchanged nervous glances, their hearts pounding in unison. But they had to know what was making that noise. The urge to uncover the truth was irresistible. They grabbed their flashlights, the beams cutting through the thick darkness, and took a deep breath. Determination set in their eyes as they decided to face whatever awaited them. They crept down the steps, Each step creaked under their weight, the sound amplified in the silence. The descent seemed endless, the shadows growing longer and more menacing with each passing second. The air grew cold and damp. A shiver ran down their spines as they felt the temperature drop. The basement was like a different world, detached from the warmth and safety of the house above. The smell of mildew filled their nostrils. It was overpowering, a mix of decay and neglect that made them wrinkle their noses in disgust. The walls were covered in patches of mould, adding to the eerie atmosphere. At the bottom of the stairs, they found a small wooden door. It was old and worn, with the paint peeling off. The door seemed out of place, almost as if it was hiding something that didn't belong in this world. They opened it and gasped. The door creaked open slowly, revealing a sight that took their breath away. Their eyes widened in shock and disbelief. Inside, hundreds of glowing eyes blinked at them in the darkness. The eyes seemed to float in the air, watching their every move. It was a sight both mesmerizing and terrifying, a secret that had been hidden away for who knows how long. What were the glowing eyes? What other secrets did the old house hold? You'll have to wait for the next volume of Midnight Horror Stories to find out. Until then, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite, or whatever else might be lurking in the shadows.